I am so angry right now. I forgot to hit record. God damn it. I have not tasted this beer. I have not smelled this beer. I promise you. Anyway, welcome to Massive Beers. We do beer stuff. This beer I'm super excited about. We'll cut to the chase because we already have it open. It is I believe it's a milk stout. Imperial milk stout from Toll Brewing. It is aged in bourbon barrels. It's in a tiny 25 centiliter bottle. I don't know how many ounces that equates to. I'm assuming it's right around like 8 and change, maybe 10. Whatever. I purchased this on my trip up to Beer Tube Palooza. Had some time to kill. Got to Albany early on Friday. Went to the bottle shop. Saw these for a grand total of 99 cents. 99 cents. 99 cents. Okay. Sketchy. Right? Sketchy. 99 cents. Who the hell is going to buy it? 99 cents. The label, the cap, and the bottle cost more than 99 cents. And Toll, a brewery who's known for making very, very good beer, very, very good barrel-aged beer. Why is this 99 cents? I don't know. It says 2019 on the side. Who cares? It's a barrel-aged beer. It'll keep. But they had cases of this. And I say cases. You could have bought a case, and I'm really pissed because I only bought 3, and I only bought the bourbon barrel-aged one, and they had actually rum and bourbon. I found out after the fact. Rum and bourbon versions of this. And I only bought the bourbon barrel-aged, and I bought 3. Why 3? It's 99 cents. Buy a bunch. And you buy a case of it for 19 and change. I could have bought 2 cases of this for $40. Why? Because I'm guessing there's something wrong with it, because I don't understand why the price point is price point. Anyway, I opened it. I swirled it. It had a nice little kind of head on it, especially for a couple-year-old, I assume, barrel-aged beer. And I realized the shiny red light wasn't on my camera, so I turned it on right now. So we're caught up. We're caught up to the point where I'm actually going to get a nose on this. So, nose. There's nothing wrong with this. I mean, there's the slightest hint of a tart cherry in this, but I don't think this is not sour. There's nothing wrong with this beer. This smells really good, actually. Rich, thick, like not as bittering as what you'd expect from a Russian Imperial Stout, but it has that kind of adulty kindness to it. It's not like, I think it's a milk stout. For some reason, I think maybe I looked it up when I was there, and I'm retaining that information. As I don't think it says, actually, I think it says right on it here. It is Yule Mælk aged in bourbon barrels, Imperial milk stout there, because I read it, that's why I know. Brewed with vanilla and aged in bourbon barrels, 8.5 fluid ounces. See, if you read information, you find out things, because I suck at this. Anyway, it smells really nice. It does have this kind of richness to it, but it also was adulty. Like I said, it doesn't come off as like a traditional milk stout. There's some charriness or some kind of adulty, dark chocolatiness to it, even though it is a milk stout. The bourbon portion of the show here is really beautifully done. There is a barrel characteristic. There is a charriness. I think that brings a little bit of that soft, charry chocolate to it, brings down that sweetness a little bit, but there is a nice spirit note to it. It smells like a really, really well done bourbon barrel aged beer for 99 cents. Stuffy nose. I probably blew a snot bubble right there, didn't I? We trudge on, because guess what? I got sick at Beer Tube Palooza. 3 COVID tests, all negative. Just sniffles. Got the classic sniffles. I'm just going to dive into this sucker. Cheers, all. I don't get it. Why is this 99 cents? The vanilla is really nice in this. It's elevated. I believe you do get a vanilla from the barrel, but there's just enough additional vanilla-ness. It elevates that vanilla to something bigger. There's a bitterness to this. You think milk stout, you don't necessarily think bitterness, but there is a nice combination of malty, charry, and hoppy bitterness. I think there's a touch of hops here. I think there's a barrel char at work. And I think there is a bittering to the actual roasted maltiness portion of the show here. The lactose, the milk portion of the show marries with that vanilla. Brings this extra added kind of elevation to that portion of the show. I didn't really get it until I started talking about the chocolate. Comes up very much. It's not marshmallow, but it's akin to marshmallow. And the bourbon here, it's hot, even with 2019 on here, which, that's got to be the date, right? It's not like hot where it's burning, but there's something big to it. You want this to come off big, because it is a bigger beer. I don't see an ABV on here unless I've missed it, because I've missed everything else, so that would make sense. My guess is this is pushing up there, 13%. If it's not on here, I'll have to look it up afterwards. This is delicious. I mean, if you're talking about a vanilla bourbon barrel aged beer, have I had a better one as of late? Maybe. Am I sure? Not really. So it almost, I'm not saying it defaults, it earns its way towards a Mount Rushmore status of a bourbon barrel aged beer with vanilla. Bourbon barrel aged stout. We can even knock the vanilla out of there. I might have had better ones, but honestly, especially Beer Tube Palooza just being in the past, the past week, I probably had something that was pretty damn better than this. Maybe 4, I don't know. But that's kind of unfair to be like, this is not one of the better 4 ones I've had as of late, because I've had so many beers as of late. But this is really delicious. It's the mystery. It's the conundrum of the 99 cents is what I need to know. I need to know why this costs 99 cents. Albany is 3 hours away from me. It's almost worth it to drive back to the beverage place to buy a couple cases of this. That's how tasty it is. Curiosity has me going, how does a rum one go? And why didn't I buy a rum one? And why am I not cuvéing both the rum and the bourbon together? In all seriousness, without just kind of compartmentalizing price and pull out stuff aside, it's really tasty. It has a really nice mouthfeel to it. It's dense and thick without being too heavy. That vanilla really just kind of elevates, like I said, the vanilla you naturally get from a barrel. When you add that kind of lactose portion of the show, it kind of elevates it closer to marshmallow without being too cloying. It's got a nice bittering, both from the barrel, from roasty maltiness, and a little bit of hop addition, I believe, a combination of those. And, the malts are nice and rich and tasty too. It is a sweet beer, but it's not overly sweet, especially with that tempering of that bitterness and the charriness. And then the spirit is really unmistakably bourbon here. It just comes off as a really, really tasty beer. Not really all that oxidized as much as you'd expect from a barrel-aged beer, let alone a barrel-aged beer of 3 years old. And it just comes down to, again, we'll go back there now, the price point is just insane. I just don't understand it. There must have been such a overstock of this or something. I just don't. Maybe Shelton Brothers with their liquidation, maybe that is part of the deal. Tool, I don't know, maybe they pulled out of distro rights and it just needs to go. I have if somebody out there knows a rhyme or reason why these bottles are 99 cents in the greater Buffalo area, I just don't get it. I honestly don't. Because it is one of the better barrel-aged beers I've had as of late, and the price point just makes it bonkers. I'm furious I didn't buy cases of this. Absolutely furious. Someone needs to go back to the place that I bought this from in Buffalo and just buy a couple cases and just send them to me, please. This is so good. So good. If I paid... So if this is in a bomber... So you're talking about, 500 mil. This is like what people like. If you buy this for $20 for a bomber, you're like, I'm totally okay with this. That I paid $20 for a bomber, this barrel aged beer. Like, I'm 100% awesome with that. Maybe even a little bit more. So when you're talking about 99 cents, it just becomes really, really, especially at the format too, 8.5 ounces. That's what I want. That's what I want all these beers to be. Is an 8, those little itty bitty tiny cans that they do, or this, to where I'm like, I want a bourbon barrel aged beer. Guess what? I don't want 12, I don't want 16, I don't want 500. Once we get to 500 milliliter and 750, I actually get a little bit weirdly more okay with that, because then I can throw a cap in it and drink it over several days. If it's in a can, you're kind of screwed. But, yeah, it just doesn't really make all this any sense in the world, and it just kind of makes me super happy. It makes 0 sense. I kind of want to get on my soapbox right now and do that thing like, well, if they could do this for 99 cents, why isn't anybody else doing it for 99 cents? But I know that's, even for me, that would be a stretch, because there's no way this originally was supposed to retail for that. And there has to be some reason, or rhyme or reason, to why it costs what it costs. But for grand scheme of things, if you, and I know Joe from the Beer Patrol, if you don't know who he is, check him out. He talked about these being on a shelf somewhere out in western New York, Buffalo area, being like, he went to a place and they were not expensive, but they were cost more, quite a bit more than 99 cents. And somebody was like, yo, go to this place, and they have them for $1.99. So there's a place out in Buffalo charging $1.99 for these. Just so happens the place I went to charged 99. So there are places out in the wild charging money for these that I guess appropriate level. I don't know what that price point is, but I do know they're also available at a ridiculous blowout kind of price point, and I just want to know what that rum one tastes like now. I have one more. I know I have one more floating around somewhere. And I don't know where it is. I kind of hope maybe it's accidentally a rum one. But, because I didn't check all the labels. And the boxes are right next to each other. Maybe they are. I don't know. Anyway, this thing's going on way too long. For a review that I just did a quickie of, because I forgot to hit record, it's going way too long. So, yeah, this is delicious. Fine. If you see these at this price point, just gobble them up. Gobble them up. And just send me a few. So, yeah. Toll. The Mælk aged Yule Mælk. So you assume this came out around Christmas time, 2019. Yule Mælk, from Toll. It's absolutely delicious, and one of the best like price point beers I've ever purchased in my life. Even though it's probably just, I don't understand why it's the way it is. So there you go. Reviewing the books. How about that? Yeah, it's got some age on it. There's a little ring going on. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. As my screen goes dark over here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let's talk about it. Have you had this? Have you seen this? I'm really curious. Have you had it fresh? You know, have you had it when it originally came out? Have you had it aged? Have you had it in this iteration, the 2019? What did you pay for it? Have you seen these on the super cheap? I really need to know. I really need to know everything I can find out about this beer, because my interest is Gerard PK'd. So there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Hopefully you're enjoying 99 cent Bourbon Late Stout right now. We'll see you next time. Cheers, y'all.